And what is up with the squad? It's favorite 19 Ruckle tendencies, and we are here ringside with B, and we are getting ready for this Frank Martin Tank Davis fight coming up June 15th. Today we are talking Frank Martin. We're gonna talk Frank Martin with B. I put my video out there, and y'all know what I had to say. We're gonna talk a little bit of Frank Martin. Um, get a feel for what we think of him as a fighter, what we think of him going into this fight. So, uh, coming into this, tell me what you know about Frank, what you think about Frank, where you at with Frank.
Um, I watched his last fight, which was a good fight. I like Frank as a fighter. To be honest, I am a Tank Davis fan. I have to say that.
Okay,
I don't know if Frank actually has the skill and ring intellect that Gervonta has. He has power. He can punch and move. But what I was really watching and seeing, I've seen a few fights where he's been hurt to the body,
okay.
um, and not really moving his head, which could be detrimental to his success. Fighting somebody like Tank Davis.
Oh, funny. I said like a head movement too. I feel like his body is open for shots at times. The Tank can take advantage of that. I think he throws from a wide stance at times.
Yeah,
He won't break the distance much, but he gonna need to, right, to be able to really do this thing. Um, he got a lot
and
of
he
lack of
charges.
experience. Oh yeah, okay. And then along with that lack of head movement and the charging, the lack of experience compared to Tank, I think you touched on that. Tank has a lot more a lot more rounds in the ring than Frank does, as he started his career a little bit later. Uh, I do like his confidence. He's got 12 knockouts. He's gonna be the taller, longer fighter in this thing. Uh, is he gonna be able to use that to his advantage? I don't know. You know, he's versatile. I'm hearing people say that he got some more tools in the bag that we haven't seen, but um, how
That's
much
kind
of
of
that?
for me. That's hard to believe. You could be working on some things in training camp, but what you got in your bag, you gonna show in the fights that he's had previous. Like I said, I've seen him get hit and be hurt. Like you gonna go to what you know. So if you had those tools, they would have been shown a little bit. I don't think you wait this late in your career to show that you got more tools in your bag and just ain't been using them.
Well, maybe it's just that he ain't been tested yet. I mean, he got 18 in. He ain't lost none, right? He got 12 KOs, so he's
True.
knocking folks out at about a 67% rate. But when I look at him, one of the things that I wonder is, to me, he got like a in stature, kind of like he remind me of like a Lomachenko a little bit. Um, his size and his style, somewhat. He throws in bunches. He got some body shot stoppers. Uh, Willie
Yeah,
had
he
the
got some
power.
strength.
Yeah, but Willie had the power to be able to hurt Tank. Because one thing about Tank, like I don't know, that's probably why they call him Tank, is he got to take something to come through there to be able to get something just because his size. So walking through them shots, Tank get to a point where it's like, okay, that's what your power is. Okay, now here we go. Um, how will Frank be able to counter that? And do you see him having a chin that's going to be able to withstand them Tank shots for 12 rounds?
That's what I was gonna say. He may be able to take a few, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to withstand that throughout the fight. Um, and he leaves his head open, so it's definitely gonna be a target. Like I said, with him rushing in, that's even playing more into Gervonta's hand. So is he gonna sit back and try to counter punch with a counter puncher? Um, I just don't know what his strategy is going to be. I expect to see a good fight, though. I think he's going to bring a good fight.
I thought he had a pretty high boxing IQ though. I thought that he could fight off his back foot. He don't mind getting in the phone booth. He mixes it up. He throw it in bunches. So, but I heard you say you didn't necessarily think that IQ was up there. So talk to me about that.
just the stuff that I saw over the fights with the highlights, stuff like that, because I haven't seen all of his fights, but the highlights that I did see, it was a few times he got hit in the body and was stunned. Like you could
Mm-hmm.
tell that he was stunned.
Okay.
Um, and then a few times like he threw punches and sat there with his hands down. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's not good with a
Yeah,
fighter
and
like
that.
Tank.
Oh no, definitely not good for a fighter like Tank. I wonder if that, since he's trained by Derek James and then he who also trains Errol Spence, is he? Well, I don't know if he's still training Errol Spence, but I know Derek James is training him. Um, are those things that Derek will be able to fix by the time the fight rolls around?
I believe he's working on those things, but like I said, how much do they stick? Because you're gonna go to what you know when you get in hot water.
Okay.
All that
Now,
goes out the window. You're gonna go for what you know. And then I was watching Tank trainer say like he's an athlete, um, which plays into his hand. You have to really box though, like he was saying, football, baseball, basketball is a whole different realm than boxing.
so I guess what I'm wondering is because in basketball you can see where volleyball and softball and some of those other sports help out. So I thought that some of those sports would be able to help out. But nothing is like you hear people say nothing is like a boxing workout, right? Like to really have to get in there and spar with somebody for 3 minutes is a workout that is like no other. Um, so I get what you're saying where those things might not factor in because it's just on a different level. But how much do you think the uh, the heated sparring session that they had between the two will help him be prepared for this and be a personal factor going into the fight?
Honestly, I think with them sparring before, it's giving Frank too much confidence. I think Gervonta sparred him just to work on some things. They box and do some things, but I don't think he saw the full Tank like he's saying Tank didn't see the full him. I mean, we see him in the ring boxing, just watching and fighting different people, but with them two being in the ring, um, I don't think he saw the full Gervonta.
Okay,
I think
so
Gervonta maybe was working on some things, trying to figure out some stuff on his next opponent. I don't think he was actually fighting Frank Martin.
even though it got heated, he you don't think he saw the full? He didn't really see
Uh,
Javante.
he saw a little bit, but I don't think it was like just full on boxing. We wearing headgear. It's a few different factors in that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, how much do you think being assigned to Errol Spence factors into his performance and his style of fighting?
Um, being signed to a different person, I don't think it really has too much to do with it. I mean, we know what happened with Errol Spence, but Errol Spence ain't in the ring, so I mean, who he signs and who he box trains, um, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I wouldn't, just call him a bum, a loser.
So, if you get this win on Tank, is he a made man?
Um, I mean, he's not going down as like one of the greatest at this point, but I mean, yeah, you would have to, you would kind of have to tip your hat and see where it goes. I don't know if one fight would just solidify that. Does it say like if he loses? Does it say that Tank had a bad night?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it could. We gonna have to wait and see.
And vice
We,
versa.
we
So does that mean that Tank is trash?
I don't know that anybody would say that based on just the performances that you've seen, but how do you see him faring in this fight?
I believe the fight is gonna go mid to later rounds, and once we get to that mid round, I got Gervonta to start building up the pressure and doing different little things that he's not gonna be able to combat with and maintain. I think he's gonna come out charging and doing some bully type tactics, trying to be the bigger man in the ring, and I don't think that's really gonna play into his favor. That's more into Tank's hand because he's gonna walk into a shot and it's gonna be lights out. I don't see it going to full 12,
Okay.
but I gotta see how they come out boxing. He may come out with a whole different strategy, kind of be laid back to make Tank fight.
Is that? Do you think that's a better approach for him?
Yeah,
To let Tank bring the action?
yeah.
Why
Depending on
is
what his
that?
defense, is, because I have seen, like I said, I've seen holes in his defense. So that's gonna be that's a 50-50 right there.
Okay.
Tank may be
Yeah.
able to pick him apart, but I mean he's athletic. He's athletic, so he may be able to get around that.
You know, with Tank
I
being
don't know if
29-0, I don't know if you can just use athletics to get around Tank in the ring, right? Like
I was gonna say that,
his,
and then I don't know if Tank could be able to stop him to the body. I'm looking more for a headshot. I've seen him hurt to the body though, but I don't know
he chopped
that
Ryan
Tank
down.
is just was Ryan hurt? Yeah, he did. He did. He definitely did.
Ryan quit on the knee. Ryan was like, enough of this. Enough of this. So yeah, Ryan quit on the knee. So yeah, he chopped him down. So
No mas?
yeah, no mas. No bueno, no mas. No mas. No mas. For sure, no mas.